After enjoying Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends, to my surprise, I decided to finally review the very first Empires game. This is Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires for the PlayStation 2. This is where Empires all started and had since evolved, then devolved from.
I feel like that one was a direct attack at me, and I feel very offended.
Where you're given a more strategic approach to the Three Kingdoms, at least in theory of course, as this game has about as much depth and strategy as choosing a tuna or egg salad sandwich in your local gas station. Either way, you're going to get a tapeworm, and it's not a pleasant experience.
It would be better if we pull back now.
So let's get this video over with so I can play and review a good game for once. We'll start out with the combat.
The times have changed. We must act now to end this chaos.
Any Dynasty Warriors game prior to Dynasty Warriors 6 had a lock-on, clunky, tankish combat system that took some getting used to, but otherwise isn't the worst thing imaginable. DW4 to me was the best of the classic era of Warriors games when it came to fluidity and enjoyment of its combat. Just getting into combos and slaughtering all those soldiers never got old. Though fuck those archers, they're annoying. At least the AI does put up a fight, unlike later Empires games, but not by much, as they're not as aggressive as the PC Hyperport or Extreme Legends, minus all officers who will try to put you down.
Pretty good. I'll pull back for now.
Honestly, no real complaints outside of the horse and bow still suck, otherwise it's a fun game to slaughter peons in. Unlike later games, Dynasty Warriors 4 has a vastly limited character creator, where you can only make up to 4 custom characters to play with. On top of this, there's only 3 presets per part of the body, like headgear, chest, arms, and legs. You can at least pick from 6 colors like blue, green, red, yellow, purple, and white. Again, like in the base game, purple is the only way to make your skin darker. You cannot alter your face at all. You can pick from several pre-made models and then choose one of 3 preset parts within the editor to create a unique character. Each gender has 3 options of a model to select from. Males have hero, warrior, and strategist, while females have princess, amazon, and girl. Yes, just girl. After making your final decisions on appearance, you need to select a moveset to use from any unique officer. There's no gender restrictions, so go ahead and make a macho dude, like one of the Xiao sisters, and be all frilly. I'm sure Jean He would love that.
A beautiful flower must one day shed its petals, much like the Han.
There's 3 voice types, and this game is in English. There's only 2 more parts to Officer Edit, and those are skills and types, each to determine how stats grow and their starting points, plus how many items you can use at a time and what your ability in battle is. Overall, it's an okay edit mode for a First and Empires. Just wish, however, we could save more than 4 officers at a time.
Be quiet! Do not even think such things!
Outside of edit mode and Empire mode, we have a unique option exclusive to this Empire's entry, a versus mode, where you can fight another player or the CPU in various challenges to come out on top. For example, Vanquish. You must defeat more soldiers and officers than your opponent, all the while item drops that can alter the playing field will occur. These can range from lowering defense, attack, speed, not allowing the other person to attack or block, and more. So even if you're winning, the other player can be a dick and get ahead, and vice versa. All is fair in warfare now. As you rank up points, you can summon officers and troops to the battlefield in hopes of getting more KOs or to take out your opponent, who you cannot attack, by the way. Overall, this is probably my favorite mode within Versus mode. Nothing better than mowing down hordes of enemies in a Warriors game, especially with another person or CPU. Too bad this CPU wasn't available in Musou mode. Imagine playing a Warriors game in co-op but with an AI that can actually do something. Dreams will be dreams. My second least favorite mode is Pilfer, where you need to break crates and gather resources to give to a merchant. If your bar is full, you cannot gather any more stuff to turn in. As you play, enemies will patrol around and the merchant will move too. If an enemy spots you, you're in for a fight. The AI will not hold back against thieves. There's supply captains running around too. These guys carry more goods to give to the merchant. So even if there's no more crates around you, at least these guys can help you get something. It's an overall okay mode, but I'd rather fight hordes of enemies and not play 2 + 2 = 7. My least favorite mode is a new variant to Bridge Melee in Extreme Legends, where you have to knock people off the platform to score points. If you don't, you get nothing.
You get nothing! You lose!
If you play this one, make sure you have a moveset that can benefit you, as Lu Bu doesn't work well, and I got destroyed by Emeru. You can knock each other off the platform for more points too, which is neat in theory, and only in theory. Honestly, I hated this mode. Punishing people for not using a certain character in a Warriors game where you can only win by knocking people off of a platform with tons of walls that ensure hitboxes don't let them fall off. Yeah, fuck this mode. Endurance is my second favorite mode. Had it not been for the small play area and poisonous water, I'd probably consider it my favorite overall. While yes, it's still competitive, here you can help each other out more so in this arena of death. Your goal is to outlive the other person. Every time you defeat a horde of enemies, new ones swarm you, with officers and more just non-stop coming at you. It's a tense experience that I wish we could have back in later games. Maybe even a co-op version for those who don't want PvP and instead PvE. While later games let you have more customization over a game setup, DW4E does not, as you can only pick historical or fictional alongside difficulty. Historical have all lands set up to be more accurate, while fictional is random, while letting you set up a kingdom of your own. As you pick your starting spot, you will notice how much money you'll get per turn, and what items you can get to be produced for combat. Pick whatever sounds best and choose your ruler you will play as. Yes, you can only play as a ruler in this entry, and you cannot pick any other officers to play with. At the beginning of every turn, you can pick a proposal. There's no option to select exactly what you want like in later games. DW5E did give you that option first, so go figure. Each one costs different degrees of money. Some can restore troops or net you a new officer. Some can even create a trade deal of items or even alliance with another kingdom.
I have a proposal.
Thankfully, if you don't want to waste any gold, you can skip a proposal and save up for other things like invasions and hiring new officers after battles. So let's talk about invasions next.
We have the advantage. Let us go and wipe them out.
Anyone who has ever played an Empire's game should know what to do. Bum rush enemy bases and take out the main camp. Unless of course it's the capital of an enemy kingdom, then you'll have to take out the enemy commander or main camp.
You just stepped on the tiger's tail!
Depending on how many officers you bring with you and what their stats are, you could start with an advantage in numbers. Whoever has the most troops gets the most bases at the start of every battle.
I will be your opponent! I will be your opponent!
There's no stratagems or commanding officers in this entry. That means you cannot tell people to charge, defend, free will, or follow you with the D-pad, unlike DW5E. Honestly, it's a more basic Empire's experience with not much in the way of strategy that the series was known for at one point. At least the AI doesn't fuck around and will fight back. I had to run around and save other officers constantly, retaking bases just to go after the main camp. It's quite challenging, if not also annoying.
Our forces have taken over the stronghold!
Now why is it annoying? Because the allied officers get destroyed so quickly. That's a major issue with majority of Warriors games after DW4. No matter how hard you try, your allies will drop dead like fruit flies. I experienced this non-stop in Samurai Warriors 3 just the other day.
Things are getting a little desperate, aren't they? Thank you, thank you.
Be gone. Someone help me out of this mess! Just fucking, you know? I think your shit is...
Invasions are basic and can be fun. Just be ready to do all the work, as your allies are worthless. Even if they're high level and tons of troops, they will still get wrecked within 5 seconds of fighting a few generic soldiers. After every battle, you get points based on various factors, with a subtraction for casualties during combat. These points are meaningless in this Empire's game. Now I know what you're thinking. Shouldn't they be used to gain levels and increase stats? No! Instead, it's just for show, as every officer has a set of goals. These goals can be viewed when selecting officers. These goals are the only way to level up. So that means if you want to increase your attack or troop count or weapon level to use more combos and stuff, get out there and complete those goals, such as getting a certain number of points, slaughter a certain number of soldiers, have a set number of proposals accepted, serve a certain amount of turns, conquer a set number of territories, and more.
I have a proposal. All you have to do is nod. All right, it's decided.
The other part of battle results is hiring or letting prisoners go. Depending on their uniqueness and stats, everyone will vary in cost to recruit. They will always accept in this game, unlike later titles where they can refuse to serve you. Plus, in later games, you can execute officers. This all started in DW5e. So let's talk about the other kind of battles you will be getting into. These are defensive battles, and get used to playing the same one over and over again, as the AI seems to favor attacking the same territory every single time. Plus, once they begin attacking, you have to defend or lose that territory.
Pull back for now!
This in turn costs you your turn, so every turn you'll be defending the same exact territory over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I did, and it was so annoying. No matter what, I couldn't stop it till I just allowed them to have it. Basically 20 minutes of non-stop defending Hulao Gate from Lu Bu's forces over the course of 3 or so more battles, and it got old and I wanted to stop playing the game altogether and scrap this review. Just constantly having to defend the same territory over and over again is just boring. Defensive battles are annoying but easier than invasions, as you have 2 ways to win: hold out till the time runs out, or defeat the commander. So you have a better fighting chance in these, till, you know, your allies start dying for being fucking useless and more worthless than a generic soldier. There's no strategy in this game. Outside of picking proposals that can give you an item or an alliance, that's about it in terms of strategy. There's no unit summoning special units to fight for you. There's no ambushes, fires, telling officers what to do, and more like in later games. It's just Dynasty Warriors 4 with less aggressive AI and bases. In other words, it's the base game of Dynasty Warriors 5. Sadly, they decided to recast pretty much everyone after Extreme Legends. This means most of the voices are not the original actors from the base game in XL.
Why?
Most of the voices are not good and feel out of place. It's a sad turn of events and it makes it harder to enjoy the game. Just imagine if they made an expansion for a Halo game and changed the Master Chief to be voiced by Eddie Murphy instead to cut cost or whatever. It'd suck. Let's say, monkey fuck?
Alright, it's decided.
The music is great, with not much in the way of new, though the intro tune is rockin' and the main theme has a chilling opening. The only other stuff is during phases setting up a game, and of course, the credits song.
To our great fortune, Zhuge Liang has finally passed on. Victory is ours. Now, everyone, show your joy, not with your blade, but with a dance! されながら目的地が離れてしまうけど遠回り
There's an archive mode where you can view all officers with their model variants, weapons, and animations, plus their voice lines and bio.
I am the hero of chaos. I am Cao Cao. Nothing shall stand in the way of my ambition.
We can view all the different kinds of troops.
Yeah, boy.
This right here is my favorite thing, ever.
All the artwork and rewatched intro of Empires, as well as all the weapons and items in the game. There's not much else to say about DW4E. In fact, I'd rather just move on and be done with this entry. I mean, I still have to review Dynasty Warriors 5, Dynasty Warriors 7 Empires, Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends, Complete Edition, Dynasty Warriors 9, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate, Warriors Orochi 4 Ultimate, Samurai Warriors 3, Samurai Warriors 4 Empires, and Samurai Warriors 4 DX.
Jesus Christ!
At the end of the day, Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires is a mediocre game I cannot recommend. It's so poorly designed and it makes sense given it's the first Empires game, but that doesn't excuse how bad it is. It was never great or good. Plus, with so many sequels now after being out since 2004, yes, this game is 20 years old now. If you want to go back and play any older Empires game, your only choice is Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires of the classic era of Warriors games. But for modern, the only good one is 7 Empires. I wanted to give 4 Empires a fair chance, but I hated it back then and I hate it even more now. It's just a shallow, boring, unbalanced mess of an experience not worth your time as it wasn't mine.
I am Ma Chao of Xiliang. I shall make my name known throughout the land.
I'm not sure if I'll ever cover every Dynasty Warriors game in the rest of Samurai and Orochi, but at least I can check off this incarnation. A great base game, an average Extreme Legends, and a mediocre Empires game. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.